Alright, let us take a look. I think we've taken a look at this before on video. We are revisiting 1792 Foolproof.
This is after it's opened up because the last time I had it, I thought it was so freaking hot, there was no way I could enjoy it. So,
let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it's opened up after several months.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet banana on the nose.
100%. Something I like most about it. I love the banana notes.
Yeah, because this is different than the candy banana of Jack Daniels and
it's very like natural banana.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's very natural.
It doesn't smell like a banana runt or like a banana Laffy Taffy. It smells like actual banana.
Like banana bread almost, without like...
Or banana pudding.
Yeah, yeah.
It has the sweetness I'd call it banana pudding. It's not really doughy.
A little bit of brown sugar, and I'm not getting too much else on the nose. Like that's pretty much like
the banana is sort of the overlying.
The banana bread, banana floss, or whatever kind of banana.
Alright.
But yeah, banana forward dessert on the nose.
Still has heat.
It still has heat, but it's not aggressive like it was before. I can easily set this down.
It's not a neck pour type heat like it was before.
No. And I mean, this is still less hot than the A120.
Not by much, but yes it is. Well, that makes me wonder. I haven't tried adding water to this at all.
I might add a drop to it. I just want to analyze it first.
Right.
Because front end, it's banana bread, brown sugar.
Brown sugar's
A little bit of
the whole thing.
Yeah, brown sugar and oak spice are prevalent throughout.
I get cocoa on the finish.
I do as well. I actually am starting to really like this. Like,
see why I've been a fan. It makes me really want to open up the store pick and let it open up for a while and see how that goes.
Wouldn't be a bad idea, but like also at the same time taste the neck pour to see what it tastes like initially.
Right. Oh, of course.
I'm actually really liking this. I'm liking this way more than I expected to.
Mm-hmm. And keep in mind too that if you can get this in PA, it's $45. Most places it's in the 50 range. I got it for Ryan in Delaware, $52.
For a foolproof, that's honestly probably the best foolproof price you can get to.
For what you're getting, easily.
Yeah. I'm gonna add a dash of water to this.
Like I like Maker's Cask more, but you're comparing a very different proof point.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So like I like it more just because it's more to my taste. But you know how much I'm a fan of 1792. Yeah. And their cask strength, like it does not disappoint. At first, like if you try it for the first time and you think it's too hot, this is proof. Give it time.
Yeah, for sure. Like
this is not something that you crack open and expect to drink a quarter of it in a night. You need to wait for it to open. This
is definitely opened up, and the flavor is fantastic. I still think I like the whenever it comes to banana forward stuff, I still think I like the Jack Daniels Barrel Proof a little bit better.
I can agree. It also drinks a little less hot than this, honestly.
Surprisingly, yeah.
But I want to say that there's got to be something in the process behind that, because the rye was the same thing.
I think
they did not drink hot.
I think it's the Lincoln County process that they do.
It has to be the charcoal filtering.
I think that's what it is.
Because that's the only thing. That's the only constant that differentiates those that are high proof but drink lower.
Yeah.
Than this.
So, let's see how this tastes with a dash of added water.
I added about 3 drops.
Heat is significantly diminished.
It almost lets more of an oak spice note come out.
It does.
I get more of a spicy note in the beginning.
So while I like the less heat it has, I don't like the fact that it took away some of the sweetness and replaced it with like a tannic oak spice.
Yeah. It's almost like the heat's just something you gotta deal with to get that flavor that you get from it.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I really do like the flavor you get from it.
I have to agree. So,
and this is, in that proof point, this is easily the best price cask strength.
I think so. I mean, for me personally, I can think of other things I would just spend the extra money on. But
Well,
like,
yeah, but
if you're on a budget and you want something cask strength,
or if you just like that banana note enough, like me,
Yeah.
and like the 1792, because that's just. I'm starting to think that that's a characteristic note of 1792. It's just in certain products it's masked more.
that's what I've heard. I mean, that's a fairly.
Makes me wonder what the banana note comes from because.
It's the yeast.
I was gonna say we're talking three very different whiskeys that have, between Old Forester 1792 and Jack Daniels that have distinct banana notes. That Old Elk evolved into having a very strong banana pudding, banana bread note too.
Yeah, most of the.
And Ezra.
Yeah, most of the like fruity notes you get in a whiskey are from the yeast, and I can say that because I'm a brewer and I know that that's where a lot of fruity notes come from in beers.
Yeah, it's just interesting how it's also not the same in any of them either. Like, this is a very authentic banana note.
Yes.
Whereas Jack Daniels is more candied.
Desserty.
Ezra Brooks is more like unripe.
Yeah.
And Old Forester is very much like a ripened sweet banana.
Right.
This is like it's perfectly ripe, it hasn't started to get any brown spots on it kind of banana.
Yep, bright yellow banana that's a little bit sweet.
Right, it's like it's right where it should be consumed, kind of banana.
But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this. I feel like I would buy a bottle of this on occasion.
Oh yeah.
Like I would not grab.
This is one where I would replace it when I run out, but I would not run out quickly.
Correct. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So
it's a sipper for me. It's not a daily. It's not a
weekly even.
It's not a weekly even. It's not a special occasion bottle. I haven't touched this in 2 months.
Yeah.
I have to be in the mood for this.
Right.
But seeing how the banana notes become more prevalent, I might touch it a little more often.
I think this.
And it makes me want to crack open the store pick.
Yeah, this is definitely smoothed out. I'd love to compare this side by side after this single barrel opens up, but
I can't wait because I have enough 1792 alone to do a whole lineup on that.
oh for sure. Which
Or
we'll probably do at
Ryan
some
can
point.
bring his full proof in a small batch, and then I'll contribute the rest. And then we could throw the Thomas S. Moore's on there. I think
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
they count because it's no different than throwing on a port finish 1792.
Yeah, that would be a lineup I couldn't contribute to, but I will also single-handedly probably contribute to the Knob Creek lineup.
I don't know. We all got a lot of Knob Creek. I can contribute a couple.
That's fair.
Ryan can contribute the 12 in the store pick. I can contribute the
Cask.
two single
rye.
barrels in the cask rye.
Yeah.
Or the single barrel in the cask rye, and the 9. I can contribute my 9 here,
Okay.
and then that's where you can contribute the high end shit. So
Yeah.
there's a way to even it out most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't add anything to the 1792 lineup.
Right.
Although-
Yeah, that's all me and Ryan.
Partially, I do kind of regret not getting the Cab Sauv or the Chardonnay barrel, but
I mean,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it would be one of those ones that I wouldn't reach for super frequently either, so I can't regret it too much.
but this is the second 1792 product of the lineup tonight. I still take the 12 year, but the banana note this gives me even more appreciation for this. And I know your opinion has changed because I know you thought it was really hot at first, and now it turned into something far more palatable, far more complex,
Oh, yeah.
and a solid value.
For sure. I don't know if I could say if I like the 12 or this better. I still think the Bottle and Bond is my favorite.
I might have. For me, it's between the bottom one and the 12 year. But again, those are for very different reasons.
Right.
Because it's hard for me to pick. Like, it's easy for me to pick when they're similar. It's easy for me to pick a favorite 12 year. It's hard for me to pick a favorite from a distillery when the distillery does so many different things.
Right.
Because it's hard to compare a high rye to a bottle and bond regular mash bill to a full proof to a 12 year to
Right.
a regular small batch or to a single barrel store pick. Like, they're so dramatically different. Or like I could pick a favorite makers because they're so like the process is the same.
Yeah.
And I couldn't pick a favorite Knob Creek because again I'm comparing different age statements and different proofs. And
There's so much variability, yeah. Because, like,
yeah.
this Knob
There's few distilleries that can pick a favorite from a distillery.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really surprised that this Knob Creek wasn't more popular than it was, just because I don't care what they say. Like, there's definitely something that's taken away a little bit whenever Knob Creek adds a little bit of water to get it down to that 120. This is like Booker's, but like a significant
fruitier Booker's, pretty much.
A significant
Fruitier
older
and
Booker's.
Yeah, it's Booker's with more sweet and fruity bourbon notes versus the peanut forward.
I wouldn't even say fruity. I didn't get any fruit on that Knob Creek.
Yeah, you're right. That kind of surprised me too, because typically the Knob Creek single barrel, like the single barrel reserve 9-year, is definitely just a fruity Booker's.
I could see that, yeah. Even it's odd too because the 15-year is the fruitiest bourbon that I've had from Knob
Yeah,
Creek.
it's amazing how this just goes to show how many variables can change things dramatically.
Fuck.
But so I'm
Yeah.
doing this on this video, even though these videos are going to be posted individually. What's your favorite of the night?
Knob Creek 25th anniversary, hands down,
Yeah. Is
No
your least favorite still the Old Forester?
without a doubt.
I think my least favorite is the Old Forester, and it is really hard for me to pick a favorite. I will say it makes me happy that neither of us think that my Maker's blend is the least favorite.
Not by a long shot. There was other things that I liked less than that.
I honestly I put that like right in the middle. I put the Rare Breed Rye under it.
I might have to agree with that.
I might put it a little lower, personally, but that's because again this is the line of a lot of stuff I like.
I think it would be lower middle for me.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. But again, that's because there's only 2 bottles that didn't really do it for me here, and that was the Old Forester and the Rare Breed Rye. Those are the 2 that didn't do it. The other ones all did it for me, so it's hard for me to
That's
rank
what I
them.
mean, yeah. Like, if I could do a top 3, it would be Knob Creek, followed by the Ezra, and then number 3 would probably be.
I think it would probably be the community batch.
So for me,
But I will say this. My honorable mentions for what surprised me the most were probably the Larceny and then also the Ezra books.
well, yeah, I mean the Ezra surprised the fuck out of both of us.
Yes.
And that's me having tried it already.
Yes. So the Ezra gets an honorable mention for that. But
So for me, my top 3, I honestly gotta say that. I gotta say, especially if anyone watches this that has tried like most, if not all of these that have been listed here to some capacity, I gotta say 1792-12 number 1, Ezra number 2, followed very, very closely by the Knob Creek, for my taste. Then, very closely beyond that is the community batch and my pick, or my blend, and the 1792 full proof. I can't really pick between those 3.
yeah.
Then the Larceny, again, very close behind. The Rebel, very close behind that. Then there's a dramatic drop after that.
Yeah.
Not dramatic. I say dramatic drop as if these weren't all fantastic whiskeys. With the exception of maybe, I mean, the Statesman was solid, but I wouldn't call it
Statesman is
fantastic.
average.
Yeah.
We point like
And the Rare Breed Rye, I would say, is above average, but I wouldn't say it's fantastic. Everything else here, like, I would probably, if I don't own it, I would purchase it, and if I did own it, I would probably replace it at some point.
I could see
Everything else
that.
here. Except for maybe,
I will say this.
I don't know. I think I would repurchase all of them.
For the monetary value of everything on this table,
Ezra, easy.
I would take all of it
Well, yeah.
and get the monetary equivalent of Knob Creek 25th anniversary.
You motherfucker.
I would trade all of them for that one bottle.
I don't even blame you. For knowing your taste, I don't blame you.
That bottle single-handedly took Knob Creek into my favorite bourbon of all time, like lineup. Which, I mean, it was in high contention with Maker's Mark to begin with, but that took the cake. Like, Knob Creek is hands down my favorite bourbon of all time. And
Same.
anytime I see something, like, available that entices me a little bit, or anything new,
Maybe you should consider the fact that the Sword East Liberty still has the rye cast strength pick.
they still do. I thought that, I never saw it anywhere, so I thought that was
They
total
did when
bullshit.
I was there.
If they still have that, I gotta pick it up. Because I thought that was just a load of bullshit, because they've done that to me before. Cause
No, it was there. 115 to 120 proof-ish.
yes, it's somewhere in there, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I can swing by there tomorrow.
Yeah, give them a call, tell them to hold on to it.
I'm not even going to give them a call unless I have to swing out past there tomorrow, so I'll swing by.
Alright, yeah, as long as you know for a fact it won't sell out, which...
It won't that quick. They had a bunch of it.
Fair enough.
So...
Yeah, no,
and that's as of... Here, let's continue this in a second. Let's wrap this up. So yeah, that's the revisit of the foolproof. For me, I still hold it in the same regards I did, and for Logan, it definitely jumped some notches up.
Yes.
So there we go.